First tonight on Our News Live at 7, supporting the grid. How officials say the new partnership between Bahamas Grid Corporation and BPL will create a framework agreement bringing much-needed enhancement to BPL's grid. Plus, key changes for healthcare. National health insurance set for a major upgrade. What the health minister is saying about the progress of catastrophic health insurance. And the legacy of Canon Warren Roll. How a new award in his name will be supporting the next generation of male educators and IT specialists. And then in our news at 7:30, despite concerns over Sandals' closure for a complete makeover, air arrivals are reportedly still climbing. All that and more as Our News Live at 7 starts now. Welcome to Our News Live at 7. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Marlena Leonard, in for Candino Knowles. Days after Prime Minister Philip Davis said the deal between the government and Pike Corporation should have been completed Tuesday, Energy Minister JoBeth Colby-Davis announced a partnership with BPL and the Bahamas Grid Corporation. Bahamas Grid Corporation is the special purpose vehicle for the parent company, Island Grid Solutions. Island Grid Solutions is the Bahamian management company for Pike Corporation. Officials say the partnership creates a framework agreement that will bring much-needed enhancement to BPL's grid. While the operational framework is still being developed, Colby-Davis says the framework will contain input from stakeholders, including both BPL unions. Colby-Davis telling reporters it's all about improving BPL's system.
The partnership with BGC will fortify our transmission network with an advanced conductors with an initial investment of $130 million. This investment isn't just about dollars. It is about building a grid that can withstand the storms that challenge us each season, ensuring that our communities are better prepared and more resilient. This partnership is not merely about maintaining the status quo, it's about stepping into the future with a grid that is prepared for the energy challenges of tomorrow.
She says all agreements will be tabled in Parliament. Under the joint venture partnership, the government will own 40% of the shares and Island Grid will own 60%. Colby-Davis says the partnership will also provide an opportunity to improve their skills. You may have already seen Pike Corporation trucks in New Providence. Colby-Davis says it was a show of good faith by the company to assist BPL with summer readiness.
With support from Pike Corporation, BGC gains the ability to leverage Pike's already established robust supply chain network, reducing lead times on crucial infrastructure equipment to help the Bahamas overcome supply chain constraints and deliver a more reliable service to the Bahamian people.
National health insurance is set for a major upgrade and will soon implement Phase 2 of the health scheme. That's according to Health Minister Dr. Michael Darville. He made the comments during a groundbreaking ceremony for a new multi-million-dollar medical facility in Andros. Universal health care has been on the agenda of successive governments since the 1980s. The Christie administration introduced the enrollment and primary care phase of NHI on May 1st, 2017. NHI currently provides maternity services and infant care, school physicals for children, annual checkups, non-communicable disease screenings, and vaccinations. Dr. Darville says key changes are coming soon, including comprehensive care and the implementation of catastrophic health insurance.
It's a process, and our consultants are working to ensure that the components associated with the legal framework is incorporated in the new NHI bill that will repeal the current NHI Act, and in doing so, it will give us more diagnostic capabilities, lab, and now we're talking about medications for individuals suffering from chronic non-communicable diseases. This is important for our administration. As you're aware, NHI is something that we launched under the Christie administration, and we are so pleased that I can speak about 160,000 members are part of that NHI. But going forward, we need to repeal the old bill and replace it with this new bill.
Just last year, the health minister was on the defense, shooting down claims NHI was on the brink of collapse. The National Health Insurance Bill 2023 was tabled in 2022, but is yet to be debated. Once passed, it will repeal the 2016 Act. When it comes to auditing the government's catastrophic health care fund, Darville says that the process is still ongoing. The Davis administration allocated $10 million to the fund to help Bahamians who need costly health care services. The administration has not revealed how much has been spent or how many people have benefited.
The $10 million that is in my catastrophic line is not catastrophic insurance. It is there to help individuals who are suffering from life-saving and life-threatening diseases while we make way for catastrophic insurance. That particular legislation is in place. There's a line item in my ministry, and the Ministry of Finance is the one who's responsible for auditing. I'll have to get back to you to let you know at the exact time when the complete audit would be finished.
A vandal who damaged a monument to controversial explorer Christopher Columbus 3 years ago has been ordered to pay fines and compensation totaling $7,050 to avoid jail time. 40-year-old Shervin Smith pleaded guilty to causing damage and trespassing when he appeared before Senior Magistrate Kendra Kelly for his trial. On October 9, 2021, Smith trespassed onto the grounds of Government House and used a sledgehammer to deface the statue, resulting in $2,000 worth of damage. Kelly ordered Smith to pay $2,000 in compensation. He also has to pay a $5,000 fine to avoid spending a year in prison on the causing damage charge. Smith has to pay a $50 fine to avoid spending 1 month in prison for trespassing. Young men wanting to study education or information technology at the University of the Bahamas may receive a helping hand financially, thanks to the Cannon Warren Roll Student Support Award. This week, the $30,000 award was announced and a memorandum of understanding signed between the University of the Bahamas and the Cannon Warren Roll Endowment Fund. While this initial award totals $30,000, committee member of the Cannon Warren Roll Endowment Fund, Henry Dean, is calling on the public to help support the award to keep the initiative going.
Cannon Roll also understood the financial challenges that students may encounter while in school. He never forgot the generosity bestowed to him by others in his early years, which enabled him to receive an education and eventually become a priest. In his honor today's special announcement of the $30,000 Cannon Warren Roll Student Award will provide funding to young men, preferably from Cat Island, with an interest in education and information technology who are actively involved in their local assembly.
It's time now for your first look at temperatures. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is standing by in the Weather Center. Greg?
Yeah, thanks, Marlene, and a happy Thursday evening, everybody. We are seeing some rather comfortable temperatures outside. It's windy also. Cloudy skies, 78 degrees is our current temperature. Winds out of the northeast at 18 miles per hour, and they are gusting high at times. Feels like temperature is at 77. Temperatures right now around the islands, it's 75 in Freeport, 76 in Marsh Harbor, Abaco. We pick up 78, Great Harbor Key. Alistown, Bimini, and Governor's Harbor, Eleuthera, both 79s. Nicholasstown, Andros, you guys are 77. Central Bahamas, 78 in Kemps Bay. Arthurstown, Cat Island, pick up 80 in Copenhagen, San Salvador, Georgetown. You guys are 79 with some isolated showers and thunderstorms nearby. 81 in Deadman's Key and into the southeast Bahamas. 84 is Duncantown, Ragged Island, Delectable Bay, Abrahams Bay. Colonel Hill, Cricket Island, 83. 86 in Providenciales, Tricks and Caicos Islands, and Matthewtown, Inagua, deep south. Your temperature right now is 84. Satellite radar composite, frontal boundary, SAG just to the south of the capital, now into the central Bahamas. A lot of moisture associated with that. We still have some isolated showers across our area, but we do have a lot of moisture coming out of the southwest Caribbean as well as the Florida Straits and the Gulf Stream. That's going to be riding along that front, so we're looking at the possibility for some more showers tonight and even an isolated thunderstorms, but the winds are going to continue, so beaching and boating is not advised for the next couple of days. That's your first look at weather. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast is still to come.
Still to come on Our Sports at 7, Team Liberty learns the comeback code. New York rallies in Game 3, now 1 win away from historic WNBA title. And spooky season is upon us, but the statistics on Halloween waste are truly scary. This week's Sustainability First takes a look on how you can make your costume hunting more eco-friendly when Our News returns.
Hey, Greg Thompson here. And thank you for watching. Be sure to hit that follow button. And if you want to see more content like this, follow all of our news social media pages. And hey, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team you already trust.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussions. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
Hey, you're gonna watch the Charlie Bahama show this week because it is super special. I don't know if you can tell by how I'm dressed, but AJR will be on this episode of the Charlie Bahama show this week, right here on Cable Bahamas.
That's right. We caught up with indie pop group AJR right here in the Bahamas on our first show of the new season. Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas, channel 212.
Welcome to Our Sports at 7, presented by Tantier Seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. In the first two games of the WNBA Finals, the New York Liberty surrendered early leads. In Game 3, they pulled off a comeback of their own to take a commanding lead in the series. Jonquel Jones finished with 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks in the Liberty's 80-77 win over the Minnesota Lynx last night at the Target Center in Minnesota. New York leads the series 2-1 and are now 1 win away from their first title in franchise history. The Liberty trailed by as many as 15 points before taking the lead with 2:10 remaining in the fourth quarter to tie the second largest comeback win in franchise postseason history.
Anton Richardson and the New York Mets have 2 more opportunities at home to get back into the National League Championship Series. The Mets trailed the Los Angeles Dodgers 2-1 in the NLCS after last night's 8-0 loss at Citi Field in New York.
The NBA preseason continued for national team players DeAndre Ayton and Eric Gordon. Ayton finished with 13 points and 8 rebounds for the Portland Trail Blazers in a 111-100 win over German club Ratio Farm Ulm Wednesday night at the Moda Center in Portland. Gordon scored 8 points in 8 minutes of his Philadelphia 76ers 117-95 win over the Brooklyn Nets at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Also out of Philadelphia, the 76ers waived forward Isaiah Mobley, but with his Exhibit 10 deal, he is expected to join the club's G League affiliate, the Delaware Bluecoats. And your Bahamas Bowl update, complete with Week 8 projections. That'll do it for Our Sports. Stay tuned to Our News at 7:30.
When Our News comes back from the break, we turn our spotlight to stories making headlines across the world. As Harris hits back, the U.S. Vice President deflects immigration criticism in a fiery Fox interview. This as Donald Trump stirs controversy at a Univision town hall, doubling down on debunked pet claims. And iPhone 16 sales slip as pre-sale numbers down 12%. Analysts report Pro models lose steam as AI features lag. We have the details when Our News returns.
Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas Cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra.
What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
Hey y'all, are you ready to be inspired? I am thrilled to announce that Inspire Her 2024 is coming, and it's going to be bigger and better than ever. Join us at the luxurious Atlantis Hotel Paradise Island on October 10th for an evening filled with inspiration, empowerment, and connection. The evening session promises to offer exclusive networking opportunities and transformative discussions. We invite everyone to attend and to be part of this incredible gathering. Hear from leading women activists, entrepreneurs, CEOs, thought leaders, and more as they share their stories, insights, and wisdom. Tickets are now available for purchase through the Alive Events app. Corporate packages and vendor opportunities are also available, providing a unique platform for businesses to showcase their support and connect with a diverse audience. Grab your girlfriends, mark your calendars for October 10th, and join us at the Inspire Her 2024 Women's Conference. See you there.
Hey, you're going to watch the Charlie Bahama show this week because it is super special. I don't know if you can tell by how I'm dressed, but AJR will be on this episode of the Charlie Bahama show this week right here on Cable Bahamas.
That's right. We caught up with indie pop group AJR right here in the Bahamas on our first show of the new season. Friday, October 18th at 8 p.m. on Cable Bahamas, channel 212.
This is Our News. Welcome back. We turn our attention now to stories making headlines across the world. Democratic Vice President Kamala Harris faced tough questions in a Fox News interview Wednesday, defending the Biden administration's handling of illegal immigration. Harris blamed Republicans for blocking a bipartisan border bill, claiming Donald Trump urged them to reject it. She also responded to criticism of reversing Trump's policies and a mother's testimony about losing her child to an illegal immigrant. In the interview, Harris clarified that her presidency would not be a continuation of Joe Biden's.
Let's all be honest about that. I have no pride in saying that this is a perfect immigration system. I've been clear, I think we all are, that it needs to be fixed. And Donald Trump, but let me just finish.
Six Democrats voted against that bill.
Learned about that bill and told them to kill it because he preferred to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
Meanwhile, Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump doubled down on debunked claims during a Univision town hall Wednesday, saying immigrants in Ohio were eating pets, despite officials, including Republicans, calling the story false. Trump defended his comments to Latino voters, saying he was just repeating reports.
This was just reported. I was just saying what was reported. That's been reported. And eating other things, too, that they're not supposed to be. But this is all I do is report. I have not. I was there. I'm going to be there. And we're going to take a look. And I'll give you a full report when I do. But that's been in the newspapers and reported pretty broadly.
Sean Diddy Combs has been accused of raping a woman as retaliation for her comments suggesting his involvement in Tupac Shakur's murder. In a lawsuit filed in California, Ashley Parham claims Combs threatened her with a knife before the assault. Combs has denied all past allegations of sexual assault and has yet to respond to this case. He also previously denied involvement in Tupac's 1996 murder. Parham is suing Combs and 6 others for sexual assault, battery, and kidnapping. The music mogul remains in custody, awaiting trial on separate criminal charges. And Apple's iPhone 16 is off to a slower than expected start, with pre-sale estimates down over 12% from last year. The company sold about 37 to 40 million units in the first weekend, according to analysts. Demand for higher-priced Pro models dropped sharply as many consumers opted for the more affordable iPhone 16 and 16 Plus. Analysts point to Apple's reliance on AI features, which haven't fully launched, as a key factor in the lukewarm response. Despite early concerns, analysts still predict a strong holiday sales for the iPhone 16. Well, Halloween is just around the corner, and in tonight's edition of Sustainability First, we're looking at how you can make more eco-conscious decisions this spooky season. Let's take a look.
Bahamas first, putting sustainability first for our people and our environment. What's first for you and the planet comes first for us.
Halloween may be known for the ghoulish costumes and spooky movies, but it's also the cause of some scary statistics. First of all, 83% of Halloween costumes use non-recyclable plastic. A study by Fairland Trust found that just one UK Halloween season produces over 2,000 tons of plastic waste made up of only Halloween costumes. The Trust says this is equivalent by weight of waste plastic to 83 million Coca-Cola bottles. And you'll see similar waste across the pond in the US. Over 35 million Halloween costumes are thrown away each year. So what can we do to make this year a more sustainable Halloween? Consider checking out a charity thrift store for a lightly used costume, since odds are they're only worn once for a few hours. If you've kept costumes from previous years, consider a costume swap with friends and family. Many of the costumes bought online contribute to fast fashion pollution and are largely made of plastic, only to be worn once. Consider choosing a DIY costume for Halloween. You'd be surprised the amount of characters you can recreate with what you have in your own wardrobe. Happy costume hunting! Reporting for Our News and reminding you to put sustainability first, I'm Marlena Leonard. Still to come in Our News, Today in History. Find out interesting facts about the day that was October 17th. And then in Our News at 7:30, the story of an Exuma fish fry stall vendor, how he says he had to sacrifice his stall to save others during the recent fire. That's coming up when Our News returns.
Yo, what's good, my loyal viewers? Ronaldo Dorset of 10YS here. First of all, thanks so much for watching, but be sure to hit that follow button. If you'd like to see more content like this, follow all of the Our News social media pages, and of course, don't forget to turn on your notifications so you never miss out on the top stories from the team, well, from the teams you already trust.
My name is Trey Williams. I've been a Live Fiber customer since March 2024. The installation process was seamless, effortless, and extremely fast. The gentlemen that came to the installation were very helpful, reliable, very knowledgeable, and the time allocated to do the installation was shorter than the time specified. Yeah, the previous provider I had, I noticed that the internet speed actually had intermittent on the services, so I was very grateful that the live fiber was available in my area. Once I was able to make the switch, my service and everything I needed was satisfied. My favorite feature would actually be being able to add any apps from the Play Store. It's just basically making any dumb TV a smart TV. I do a lot of back-end support, engineering support, helping clients working remotely when I'm from home. The internet is a very important aspect of my job and my life. My name is Trey Williams, and the future is home with a live fiber.
When hurricanes and emergencies strike, timely information can save lives. That's why Alive Business brings you bulk SMS messaging, your essential tool for staying informed and safe. Imagine having critical updates and safety tips delivered right to your phone, anytime and anywhere. With bulk SMS messaging, you can send real-time alerts and updates and timely notifications. When every second counts, count on Alive Business bulk SMS messaging. For more information, contact the experts. Are you ready for the stormy season? Don't wait until the storm clouds gather. Contact the experts at Alive Business today and let us help you prepare for this hurricane season. For a limited time only, you can get 50% off our Bahamas cloud, the ultimate solution to secure your data and communications, ensuring they're accessible even in the worst of weather conditions. Don't let the storm catch you off guard this season. Stay ahead of the game with Bahamas Cloud from Alive Business.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra. What, eh?
Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
This is Our News. Welcome back. On this day in Bahamian history, in 1872, about 25 miles from Abaco, the steamer Missouri burned at sea. 84 perished and 12 were saved. And in 1974, retired track and field athlete and gold medal winning Olympian Sabathita Fines was born in Fire Road Village, Abaco. For the full recap of Today in History and for all of today's top stories, you can visit ournews.bs or Our News Bahamas on Facebook. That does it for Our News at 7. Joining us now is our Italia Hall with the latest headlines. Italia?
Thanks so much, Marlena. Well, coming up, Norman's key residents left reeling as a possible twister hits. And the popular American Eatery opening at Fusion Superplex. Here are your latest headlines. First tonight on Our News Live at 7:30, Bahamas Power and Light is looking at a plan to manage and pay down legacy debt. The Energy Minister speaks, plus a response. The Health and Wellness Minister on the record tonight explaining why pediatric patients are being treated in the hospital's chapel temporarily. Also, the island of Exuma sees an increase in air arrivals. The news coming from the Tourism Minister during Exuma's annual business outlook this morning. We have his full comments coming up. And later, we get an update from fish fry vendors in Exuma following a major fire. The story when Our News Live at 7:30 continues.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, present the best of the best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Shaw, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Breezes Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack location. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Skypods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Mass. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision is actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
Welcome to Our News. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Italia Hall. Well, Bahamas Power and Light is looking at a plan to manage and pay down legacy debt. That's according to Energy Minister Joba Colby Davis. She says the plan is to make a dent in the debt within 7 years. It's a part of officials' push to put together a financial roadmap that includes energy reforms like the agreement with Bahamas Utilities Holdings and Bahamas Grid Company. Colby Davis says the first step is to begin reducing the legacy debt.
So the plan now is to manage how we're able to pay down the legacy debt and hope that we're able to get it in a better standing within 6 to 7 years so that we can begin to build up and improve our operations at BPL. And so all of these agreements that we entered into, we structured it as a build, operate, transfer, that options that exist for BPL to get back in the seat and manage and maintain their business.
In Parliament Wednesday, Colby Davis said that Bahamas Power and Light will have the opportunity to take back full control over the generation capacity, now being provided through a 30-year power purchase agreement. The minister says these agreements will help correct the financial situation at BPL.
Hopefully, we're able to right-size, right-ship BPL's finances so that they can once again lead fully. But these PPAs and these IPP partnerships will do a great deal of helping BPL begin to pay down their legacy debt and provide the lower cost electricity to Bahamians at the same time.
While Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Michael Darville responding to critics who slammed the decision that led to pediatric patients being treated in the hospital's chapel. Last week, Consultant Physician Staff Association President Dr. Sherelle Lockhart revealed a critical shortage of beds at PMH led to the move. Dr. Darville telling reporters the move is only temporary.
This is not the first time as a result of renovations and some of the facilities not being up to par and need to complete the renovations that we have used the chapel before. This is clearly the right thing to do because we do not want individuals in an area that needs repair. The area that we're going to repair now is in the legacy ward. We're going to go from the foundation up. We are going to put the dialysis beds in place, and then we're going to renovate the eye ward and the eye theater, and then we're going to go up to the adolescents. And so we ask the Bahamian people to please bear with us. I indicated that next month we will be opening the accident emergency. I'm excited about that. It's going to be something that I believe the Bahamian people are going to be very proud of us.
Residents and business owners in Exuma can expect an increase in airlift to the island. That's according to Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper. Cooper, who's also Minister for Tourism, Investments and Aviation, says despite the challenges, there are thousands of rooms available for potential visitors. Our Joshua Williams reports.
The busy summer season may be over, but Deputy Prime Minister Chester Cooper says there's been a boost in air arrivals to the island of Exuma. His comments came during the island's annual business outlook this morning. He tells residents and business owners that airlines recognize that the island is the perfect destination for family travel.
And I'm pleased to announce that when we look at the number of seats coming to Exuma for the upcoming season, we are overall 2% ahead of where we were last year in terms of capacity.
Cooper says it's important considering the temporary closure of one of the island's premier resorts and employers, Sandals. He says the major airlines have not only maintained their seat capacity, but increased it.
Delta Airlines, they are up 10% in capacity with its daily flights from Atlanta. American Airlines continues its twice daily flights from Miami and is still doing a once-a-week flight from Charlotte, but will be doing notably 6 times a week during the month of January. Air Canada continues its once-a-week flight from Toronto. Silver Airlines continues its once per week from Fort Lauderdale.
Back in 2021, then Prime Minister Minnis broke ground for a new airport in Georgetown, Exuma. In 2023, the Davis administration secured new funding for the airport redevelopment. So what's happened since then? Cooper says work has to be completed on the runway before the terminal can start.
We have the funding already lined up with the Saudi Fund for Development. They are ticking the boxes. And once they've finished ticking their boxes, they're going to release some money to us. When they release the money, which is hopefully going to be soon, we're going to start. And once we start, everything is in place. The materials are here. We anticipate 12, 15 months.
Reporting for Our News, I'm Joshua Williams.
All right, thanks so much, Josh. Well, still on the island of Exuma, this is stall owners who lost their livelihoods after a fire at the Exuma fish fry are still picking up the pieces of their shattered businesses. The blaze destroyed 3 stalls in Georgetown on October 4th. The island doesn't have a fire engine, and the flames had to be put out with the help of residents and local construction companies. And while no one was injured, the economy took a serious blow. For stall owner Leslie Dames, it had a huge impact.
I was there, right? And what happened? I had to really give up my stall in order to save the other stalls because I also drive a taxi, and the hotel was closed down. Sandals and then they closed down. So I just sit back and wait until something happened, and I could go back to work.
Now, Deputy Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for the area, Chester Cooper, has gone on record pledging his $28,000 Member of Parliament salary to help those stall owners rebuild. Dames also says they're leaning on support from the local community.
We wait to hear from a couple of companies, a couple of people promised us, but I wouldn't exclude their name unless they do it. I don't want to ruin my chances of getting whatever they're supposed to give me.
And residents of Norman's Key, Exuma, facing a frightening situation as reports indicate a tornado may have touched down on the island this week. A video shared on social media captures damage at the Macduff's cottages and restaurant. It shows some of the impact. Some of the stairs at the cottages were also damaged. We reached out to officials for further details but did not receive a response by news time. Well, more showers across the islands on this Thursday. Meteorologist Greg Thompson is in the Weather Center with your first look at weather. Greg.
Thanks, Natalia, and a good Thursday evening, everybody. Breezy conditions on the outside, temperatures rather comfortable. It's 78 degrees under cloudy skies. Your winds out of the northeast at 18 miles per hour, and they are gusting high at times. Feels like temperature is at 77. Satellite radar composite showing a frontal boundary that moved through the capital earlier today that brought us a couple isolated showers. Now into the central Bahamas. Moisture associated with that will stay across the central Bahamas, but we will see a couple more isolated showers here in the capital. We do have a lot of moisture moving out of the Gulf of Mexico, the Gulf Stream, as well as the Southwest Caribbean. That's going to be riding along the front, so we're looking at the possibility for some more showers tonight through tomorrow as this front stalls across the central Bahamas. That's a quick check on conditions around the island. Stick with us. A look at your extended forecast and the tropics still to come.
Still to come on our news, a 24-year-old man accused of sexually abusing his niece granted a $9,000 bail. We have courtroom details, plus bringing history home. The British government hands over 10,000 pages of historical digital documents. And later, a new dining experience is coming to the capital. Applebee's is expected to open in Fusion Superplex next month. We'll tell you all about their employment opportunities when our news returns. Stay with us. Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision is actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th only on RTV.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
Energy conservation is the decision and practice of using less energy. Energy efficiency means using less energy to perform the same task. Turning off lights when you leave a room. Unplugging appliances not in use. People conserve to gain more control over their energy bill and to reduce demand on the Earth's natural resources. Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited looks forward to helping our customers eliminate wasted energy. Take this journey with us as we build for better. BPL.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old.
A man accused of sexually abusing his niece has been granted $9,000 bail. Court documents allege that the 24-year-old man molested his niece in 2003 and in 2023 rather. She was 12 and 13 were at the time that the crimes took place. Allegedly, his name has been withheld to conceal his alleged victim's identity. As a condition of his bail, Justice Neil Brathwaite ordered the man to report to a police station 3 times a week and surrender his travel documents. He's also banned from contact with the witnesses in the case. In a historic moment, the British government handed over 5 boxes containing more than 10,000 pages of invaluable documents that chronicle the Bahamas' journey to independence and celebrations that followed. The handover ceremony held at the Ministry of Education marked a significant step in preserving and sharing the nation's rich history. On hand was Parliamentary Undersecretary of State for Latin America and Caribbean, Baroness Jennifer Chapman.
The first one is your political journey to independence. The papers in this section include records of Prime Minister Pindling's meetings and lobbying of Her Majesty the late Queen. They include the Governor's own thoughts, I would like to read these, about the likelihood of independence, depending on which political party won the subsequent elections, and also records of the Abaco successionist movement, who at the time rejected independence, but I'm sure you never mention that. The second box is the Bahamas Constitution and debate.
These documents will soon be housed in the Bahamas National Archives. Officials say they offer a comprehensive record of a pivotal time in Bahamian history and will soon be accessible online, providing the public with a direct link to the country's path to sovereignty. High school students were in attendance to witness this exchange. Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin underscored the government's intent to integrate history into education and national identity.
If you know your history, then you would know where you are coming from. Then you wouldn't have to ask me who the heck I think I am. It is this spirit of intentionality mandated by the Prime Minister that we shall imminently seek mass publication of the first ever modern Bahamian history text. And the curriculum. It is why we now begin the revision of the geography curriculum. It is why Junkunu is being integrated into the core subjects of the curriculum, from primary school to high school.
Well, there's a new dining experience coming to town, and it's an American eatery you may already be familiar with. Applebee's, set to open in Nassau next month at Fusion Superplex. The American casual dining restaurant will be hiring 150 Bahamians. They're looking for cooks, hosts, servers, as well as front and back house of staff. To fill those posts, they're hosting job fairs on October 21st and October 22nd at the Department of Labor on Carmichael Road. It starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 3 p.m. Director of Operations Rayford Ramming says they're looking for several qualities from future hires.
Anybody that has worked with me in the past knows I'm people-centric. So we're looking for persons that love people. Everybody knows that customer-facing employees, man, they take all the beating in the industry, right? So I'm looking for some people with patience, and we want to give them the wow effect. When you think of sports, when you think of a good steak, when you think of garlic mash, I want you to think of Applebee's.
It's now time for tonight's Financial Market Minute, brought to you by RF, your local investment bank. This has been your Financial Market Minute. To explore the best performing mutual funds in the Bahamas, visit our website at www.rfgroup.com.
When our news comes back from the break, let's make a difference. The Bahamas Striping Group of Companies continuing its initiative to feed thousands of Bahamians this Thanksgiving. Hear how you can get involved coming up.
Coming up on Our Sports, the Liberty are one win away from the WNBA title. We check in on Bahamians in the NBA preseason, and your college football weekend isn't complete without 10YS Bahamas Bowl projections.
We're making the projections now?
Yes, we are.
I'm Michaela Kerr. I'm an 18-year-old freshman at the University of the Bahamas, and I'm a computer science major. I'm also the NT Corporation's Youth Ambassador for the Environment, and I'm an environmentalist. My journey as the environmental advocate began with a simple yet profound realization that our environment is degrading right in front of my eyes. And being NT's Youth Ambassador for the Environment means that my words and my actions hold the power to help change the environment and the world around me. I find it exciting that I can be a student, live my life, and use my words and my voice to change the environment and the world around me. Most times I think it's a privilege. It's our environment and it's our generation to own. I don't think as a young person that there's anything more rewarding than being a part of bringing awareness. I'm Michaela Kerr, and I'm making a difference in my own words.
This video needs to show us on a different scale. It has to be
Extra.
What are you? Hey, Quay.
Hey, what you saying?
Where you with?
I heard you on the bus stop with my friend.
Okay, so we want to shoot this video, and it's gonna be extra.
All right, Jim. I can just come to you. All right. I need you 25 cents no more.
Candino Notes here, and thank you so much for watching. Be sure and hit that follow button if you want to see more stories like this. Be sure and follow all of the Our News social media pages. And hey, don't forget, turn on your notifications so you never miss out on top stories from the team you already trust.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, present the best of the best. Raking Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Shaw, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Breezes Ground. Tickets now available at Bahamas e-ticket.
Welcome to Our Sports, presented by 10th year seniors. I'm Ronaldo Dorset. That's John Mark Nutt. Let's do show. In the first two games of the WNBA Finals, the New York Liberty surrendered early leads. In Game 3, they pulled off a comeback of their own to take a commanding lead in the series. Donquel Jones finished with 13 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, and 2 blocks in the Liberty's 80-77 win over the Minnesota Lynx last night at the Target Center in Minnesota. New York leads the series 2-1 and are now 1 win away from their first title in franchise history. The Liberty trailed by as many as 15 points before taking the lead with 2:10 remaining in the fourth quarter to tie the second largest comeback win in franchise postseason history. Prior to tip-off, Jones earned another career milestone when she was named to the All-WNBA second team. She averaged 14.2 points, 9 rebounds, and 1.3 blocks per game while shooting 54% from the field. She also led all centers this season with a career-high 3.2 assists per game. Jones earned her 5th career All-WNBA team selection and her first with the Liberty.
Anton Richardson and the New York Mets have 2 more opportunities at home to get back into the National League Championship Series. The Mets trailed the Los Angeles Dodgers 2-1 in the NLCS after last night's 8-0 loss at Citi Field in New York. A pivotal Game 4 is set for tonight at 8:08 p.m. Yoshinobu Yamamoto gets the start for the Dodgers, and Jose Quintana will take the mound for the Mets.
The NBA preseason continued for national team players DeAndre Ayton and Eric Gordon. Ayton finished with 13 points and 8 rebounds for the Portland Trailblazers in a 111-100 win over German club Ratio Farm Ulm Wednesday night at the Moda Center in Portland. Gordon scored 8 points in 8 minutes of his Philadelphia 76ers 117-95 win over the Brooklyn Nets at the Wells Fargo Center in Philadelphia. Also out of Philadelphia, the 76ers waved forward Isaiah Mobley, but with his Exhibit 10 deal, he is expected to join the club's G League affiliate, the Delaware Bluecoats.
We're at that point in the season in our Bahamas Bowl updates where projections start to take shape. In CUSA, Louisiana Tech won Team of the Week with a 48-21 win over Middle Tennessee State. Western Kentucky wide receiver Michael Matheson scored 3 touchdowns, 1 rushing and 2 receiving on only 4 touches in a 44-17 win over UTEP. Talk about efficiency. In the Mid-American Conference, Buffalo joined a 3-way tie atop the standings with a 30-15 win over Toledo. Miami of Ohio quarterback Brent Gabbert threw for 222 yards and 4 touchdowns in a 38-14 win over Eastern Michigan. Week 8 Bahamas Bowl projections. ESPN staff writer Kyle Bonaguru projects Western Kentucky versus the Ohio Bobcats, while ESPN college football reporter Mark Scalberg projects Sam Houston State versus Northern Illinois. The 10YS football experts project Louisiana Tech versus Bowling Green.
That'll do it for our sports. This is 10YS, so one more win, WNBA title. If JJ gets that, greatest Bahamian basketball player of all time?
First ballot Hall of Famer.
Not the question. Back to the studio.
The answer is yes.
Still ahead on our news tonight, let's make a difference. The Bahamas Striping Group of Companies continuing its initiative to feed thousands of Bahamians this Thanksgiving, plus more rain expected in the capital this week. Greg is back with the extended weather forecast when our news returns.
Bahamas, are you ready? Keep the vibe alive. Music group, along with Alpha Sounds, present the best of the best. Raking Scrape Explosion Reloaded. This is the biggest one-day all-Bahamian concert of the year. Featuring KB, D-Mac, Abby, Mama D, Fan Shaw, Shine 242, The Falcon, and more. Mark your calendars. It's going down November the 2nd at Super Club Races Ground. Tickets now available at BahamasEtickets.com or both Beauty Shack locations. General admission $60. VIP, Skybox, and Sky Pods also available. For more info, call 394-0819 or email keepthevibealive242@gmail.com. Experience the magic once again with more legends for one night only. Come party with us November 2nd at Best of the Best. Rake and Scrape Explosion Reloaded.
Grand Bahama is home to a unique economic arrangement, with that arrangement between government and the Grand Bahama Port Authority under scrutiny as tensions persist.
It's not our direct responsibility to carry out these other things that people think we should be doing.
We need this to be dealt with quicker than quicker and sooner than sooner.
I have a vision for Grand Bahama, and my vision's actually bigger than my grandfather's ever was.
Watch City in Focus, the story of Freeport with Italia Hall, starting August 7th, only on RTV.
I love my EV. I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
I am Generation E.
And I am Generation E.
Energy conservation is the decision and practice of...
This is our news. Welcome back. Of course, we are watching a frontal boundary that pushed into the capital early this morning with some showers and isolated thunderstorms that front has sagged into the central Bahamas. That's going to continue to provide us with some weather, but the tropics first. We do still watching this disturbance just to the east of the northern Leeward Islands. That system is going to continue to basically track towards the west-northwest. National Hurricane Center is dropping the chances for formation of the system now down to 30% chance. And as you notice, most of the convection has weakened quite a bit. We will continue to watch this as it is expected to move near the southeast Bahamas. Though it may not form into anything, we are expecting some showers and some thunderstorm activity with this once it pushes into that area. And then we are watching the southwest Caribbean for another area that has a low chance for formation, but this system will move into the Gulf of Mexico and pose no problems for us. Closer to home, as I mentioned, that frontal boundary producing quite a bit of cloudiness with some showers and isolated thunderstorms. Very tight pressure gradient behind that, so we're looking for some windy conditions. Gale warning in effect for the northwest Bahamas, advising you boaters and beachgoers to stay out of the water. It's going to be a rough start for the the beginning of the weekend, and it looks as though this will continue into the early part of next week. Future forecast showing the moisture associated with that frontal boundary still hanging out near the central Bahamas. Isolated showers and thunderstorms once again will be concentrated mainly that area, but we do expect this front to back up towards the north by the weekend, so we could see an increase for some showers and thunderstorm activity across the northwest Bahamas by Saturday, Sunday time frame. Gale warnings in effect for the northwest Bahamas. We're asking you boaters and beachgoers to remain out of the water. Northeasterly winds 20 to 25 knots, seas 5 to 8 feet, but they will be building up to 10 feet along Atlantic exposures in northeasterly swells. High tide is at 8:24 tonight. The low tide takes place at 2:34 in the morning. For the central and southeast Bahamas, advisory posted for you guys. Northeast to east winds 15 to 20 knots. They will be gusting high at times. Seas running 4 to 6 feet, but up to 8 feet in northeasterly swells along Atlantic exposures. Here's a look now at your national forecast. In the extended forecast, isolated showers and thunderstorms will remain the forecast as that frontal boundary lingers nearby. We do expect some clearing on Sunday and Monday. Some more showers expected by Tuesday, but those temperatures will be rather comfortable as we do have a nice dry, cool air mass in place. That's a look at our weather. Make it a safe night, everybody.
All right, thanks so much, Greg. Well, the Bahama Striping Group of Companies is continuing its efforts to eradicate hunger in the country. Co-chair of the Let's Make a Difference Feeding Initiative, Juliette Josie, shares BSGC aims to provide meals for 15,000 people across the Bahamas for Thanksgiving. The Bahamas Feeding Network will once again serve as the distribution hub for the collection and distribution of food items. While there are several new partners involved, additional assistance is still needed. This, as Josie says, feeding 15,000 people is is an ambitious goal. General Manager Melanie Roach also reveals the initiative will extend its reach even further this year.
Additional partners for ham, turkey, which is, of course, the most expensive menu items. So if you are able to support, please reach out to our office at 394-7777.
In Grand Bahama, who have stepped up and are planning to distribute 10,000 meals in Grand Bahama on Thanksgiving Day. So in total, we are anticipating feeding 25,000 persons throughout the Bahamas on the Thanksgiving Day. So that mammoth task, as you could imagine, no one entity can undertake that.
These new partners, the Salvation Army and the Feeding 5,000 Network with Queens College, are encouraging the community to get involved.
We are making an appeal that you help and support these initiatives as we seek to feed 15,000 persons throughout this grand time that is coming shortly.
Jump on board and assist us with getting the food prepared so that it can be easy for us to send out to different schools to have them have their students have community service hours by taking up food so that we can also have other distribution centers to get this big goal and this target met.
All right, such a great effort. And with that, we thank you for joining us for our news tonight. On behalf of the entire team, I'm Italia Hall. We'll see you tomorrow night. Have a great evening. Hi, and thank you for watching. I'm Italia Hall. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content like this. Click right over here. And don't forget to turn on your notifications to see more content from the team you already trust.